Okay, I think everybody's done eating. Yeah? Good? Okay, I'm going to try to make this... Eric's still eating, so we'll just ignore Eric. I'll try to make this really quick. I try not to make anything too boring for you. First of all, I do want to give Jake and Molly a congratulations for getting engaged. So. If this doesn't tell you and kind of explain my family unit a little bit, my son came up to me about 2 days ago and asked if he could write a speech for me. So I now have a speechwriter in my household. So him and his friends at school gave a little bit of that speech. So I'm going to read a couple things from here and a couple things from that I've jotted down. But hello everyone, and thank you for coming tonight and all for working so hard this year. This year we've had some really bad times and we've had some really good times. But we handled those very well. I also hope you have an amazing meal tonight at the Channel Marker. And we're going to have a dollar bet. Instead of a dollar bet, it's going to be who gets the check tonight for who's the closest to the dollar amount. No? No takers? No. No takers? I'm good. You're out. You're out.
Where's my raise?
You're right. Right. So this is my 19th year of business. So there's been some. I will say that this has been the most difficult business year this last year. It was a very trying year, but it was a lot of fun as well. I've learned a lot of things, and it was pretty exciting. I read a couple. I read several good books this year, but two of them kind of really changed the thought process on how we are going to go as a company. And those two books. One was Thank You for Being Late. It's a very challenging book, and if you know anything about technology, or even if you know nothing about technology, you learn a lot in that book. And it talks about how society is changing, and how we society can no longer keep up with technology. It's a very challenging book. The other one was A 4-Hour Work Week. And it might seem like, oh yeah, Ben's just trying to get out of work and do things, but it really teaches you to be smarter about how you do work rather than just trying to struggle through the day. This year the economy is different. Like I said, this is the 19th year of being in business. I've never seen anything like how the economy is acting the way it is right now. So it's definitely exciting, to say the least. I'm thankful for the people that are here, the staff that you've done, the things that you've done for me this year, for our family. It's exciting to be at work, and that's a very good feeling to do, because there was a couple years that I just didn't really like coming to work, and this year has been a lot better. We're going to start focusing on customer service more. And we're going to be able to do that by getting out of some of the minutia of things that we do. And some of that I can attest to the book, The 4-Hour Work Week. We've talked, anybody that's probably been around me very much, and Trish, has noticed that we've started outsourcing to India. And that can be a very bad word. It can be a very scary word. It'd be like, oh no, my job's in jeopardy. And that is not the case. We are getting rid of the things that we don't have to do every day. Like
how many cents per hour?
Yeah, really inexpensive. Getting rid of our spam and our junk mail and our tickets that we are wasting a lot of time doing, that we can't focus on our customers because we're doing things that don't cost us, or that that don't make us any money. So there's a lot of things like that we're going to be doing, and that we're changing the way that we do things. We lost a lot of customers this year, which we have been doing by design, as Melanie knows. We have specifically raised prices on things. We have on purpose fired customers that we don't make money on, and we're replacing them with higher earning customers. The customers that we have fired and gotten rid of and lost this year, we make on average between 3% and 8% profit margin, which is extremely low. We've been replacing all of that business with profit margins around 96 to 98% profit margin. So it's a lot different. The other difference is we are no longer into reseller business. We have our own product. So that's a big difference for what we've done. We've had some good year and good success with our rentals. Thanks very much to Trish for helping get all of our rentals full. Our apartments, we've got some stragglers that sometimes don't want to pay their rent on time all the time, but that's been a very good, positive thing. Some of the goals this year that we have that I've kind of put together is not anything huge. We're going to be outsourcing a lot more stuff. We're going to be doing things. I'm looking intently and finding out things that we're doing and spending time on that we spend. We're either going to outsource or we're going to automate it. Like right now, front desk at the hotel spends 10 to 15 hours a week calling leads. Some of those things can be automated through scripts. And so some of these things that we're going to really spend a lot of time on, so we can then spend the time and focus on getting corporate customers and actually really try to get more business that way. We need to streamline orders, and that's one of my goals this year. Right now, unfortunately, the way that we are is we can only handle about 2 to 3 new customers per week, and my goal is to get to the point where we can handle 5 to 8 to 10 customers per week of new business. So that's a big thing that we're going to be doing. My goal is to get to about 750 to 1,000 new phone customers this year, which that's a lot, and which thanks very much to Jake. He has revolutionized our product in that aspect, and we owe a lot to Jake for doing that product, because that's going to be the future of where we are headed, and that's a huge profit margin. When I bought Brook Point, I brought it because it can be a potential of a huge profit margin. When I bought Wawasee Plaza, I bought that because it was a high profit margin. Same with, that's why we developed our own telephone product, because it has a high profit margin. When Benson first started, we were doing computer repair for $45 and spending a half a day and not making a dime because the customer didn't want to pay for it because it was too expensive. So things like that, we're just changing a lot. We're focusing on the other stuff. One of the things that I'm going to be focused on quite a bit is some people, my wife knows this in particular, if the plate's not spinning, the plate falls down. And one of our biggest problems are I am only one person, and I can only focus on one thing at a time. There are a lot of business owners that have one thing like the hotel, or they have one thing like the telephone business, or they have one thing like apartment rentals. I have all of it and more. Part of it's because I like that challenge, I like that ability to do that type of stuff. But one of the things that I have to focus on this year, and that's why I'm trying to outsource and get rid of some of the things that I'm doing, is I want to be able to spin multiple plates at the same time. And that's one of the things that we're going to focus on with primarily in marketing our companies. So that way, if I'm focused on the telephone sales and out selling on that, somebody else is promoting the murder mystery. Because that doesn't necessarily happen when I'm focused on one thing versus the other. So that's one of the things that I'm going to be working on quite a bit. One of the other things that we're going to hopefully start to get to the point of, we will not launch it this year, but we are hoping that we make some good progress in the aspect of getting all of our permits. We're hoping to open up, instead of a bar at the hotel, we're going to open up a winery at the hotel. So we've got a lot of work that has to come into that, but we're pretty excited about that possibility. So yes, that is pretty much everything that I have for that. I have a couple, I got some gifts for everybody that's here, that's employee. It's one of those things, it's a nice perk. If you show up for dinner, you get a nice little thing. You don't show up for dinner, you don't get a nice little thing. So, Caitlin, you want to start handing out some of those? And I'm going to, while we're doing that, I'm going to go through some of the service awards too. Thank you.
Oh, that's in the back.
Okay, so we're going to go in order of these are years of service awards, and we've been left a little cardboard on. So if you want to, if you don't like the frame, you can take it back to Shopco or wherever we got these. So Cindy, this is you've got a 1 year I'm not sure if I can get over here. Kevin Paulus, he's also at 1 year. Sam, can you pass that over there? Yay. Trish, she made her own plaque. She's at 2 years. Braxton, unfortunately, he's still here. It's at 2 years.
What? That's it?
Isaac, you were at 2 years.
3 years in April. 3 years in April. Thank you. 3 years in April.
Butch and Phil, I think I got it as close as I possibly can to 4 years.
That's a lot of grass.
That's a lot of grass. Jamie, she's at 3 years.
She's here longer.
So then there's a big gap here. We go to Jake, who's now at 5 years.
No.
Eric, we had a lot of debate on when he actually started, but the best we can come up with is 11 years.
Thank you. I know, right?
Melanie, you were at 13 years. And to our oldest, Dennis at 15 years. 15 years. Yeah. So here's a little bit of a fun treat. Everybody gets another award. These are the fun ones. This award is the Give It a Shot award, and it goes to Josh. He's willing to try any project, but no guarantee. This is the Peacock Award. Always being the best dressed for Kevin Paulus. This one's the Weekend Warrior Award, and it goes to Stephanie for all those unique surprises that our guests bestow on us over the weekend, and you're willing to come back. This one is the Pool Boy Award for handling any and all matters with the pool, and that goes to Eric.
Does it not say don't shake his hand?
And I will say that because some of these were really funny, there's people that get more than one. So, this one is the casual. No, these go back over there. This is the Casual Monday through Friday Award for continually pushing the limits of business attire. Goes to Jamie.
I got my jeans on.
I like the picture.
This is the Shout Award for being able to remove the most stubborn of stains. Goes to Cindy.
That's a Shout / OxyClean award.
Right, there you go. So this one is the Elbow Grease Award for being able to learn where we keep the elbow grease. In case you don't know, he didn't know where we keep the elbow grease. Goes to Braxton. If anybody doesn't know, they don't sell it at Walmart.
Where is that?
This is the Wikipedia Award, and for being the Wiki Queen, it goes to Trish.
Oh, gosh.
Don't worry, my sister did that when she was little too.
We've got the Best Beard Award, and it goes to Jake for keeping a well-groomed beard. All
Yeah.
I like the picture. Yeah. It looks like it. I've got the Hercules Award for being able to lift unexpectedly heavy things. Goes to Dennis. This is the Grass Samurai Award. The ability to cut the most grass in a single pass goes to Phil. We've got the Jolly Award. The ability to be jolly in every season goes to Butch. We've got the Back in the Day award for the most nostalgia goes to Melanie.
Just saying.
No, not. This one goes to the single file award is for keeping everyone in line. That goes to Sam.
You won an award. You won an award, Sam.
This is the Abacus Award for being there to count on. And that goes to Pat. The Mission Impossible Award for accomplishing the impossible. You are now expected to do this every time, and it goes to Jake. This is the Fireplace Guru Award for conquering the most. Conquering the most evil fireplace every man goes to Eric.
Oh my god. That one was awful. Alright.
This one is the Eternally Late Award for finding creative ways to blame your tardiness on anything of the following: the banks, the train, the door. The list goes on. Goes to Jamie. This is the Dewey Decimal System Award for the most well-organized, and now our hotel is as well. It goes to Jackie. This is the 99% perspiration award. Goes to for willingness to put in the hard work. Goes to Isaac. The Sharpie Award goes to Melanie for working here for what seems like forever. And finally, the Loch Ness Award goes to Jamie for the least likely to be found.
And that's so true.
Where's Jamie? I don't know.
Where's Waldo? That's what I want to get a shirt. Where's Jamie?
I really hate
So,
Everybody's voice is
I
like,
really hate that
Trish
part.
Baldwin.
I want to say very much thank you to Trish for putting this together. I basically asked her, I said, Trish, can you do the party? And because I really don't know anything. And we have to thank Braxton for the funny awards, because I found out about the elbow grease. And I'm like, we got to do something with awards. And that's how that all happened. So.
Let's tell the story, Braxton.
Yeah, let's hear it, Braxton.
And I'm like all worried that Braxton's about to go with 5 pizzas ready by himself. He's like, Sam, I'm really offended if you don't have the faith in me to do 5 pizzas. So I left, and he calls me like, Sam, I can't get the paper off this brand new thing, and it's stuck. And we were getting ready to leave to go to my nephew's wedding. I said, just use elbow grease, Braxton. Where's that?
So yeah, it's true.
How long did you look for it? Let's be honest, how long did you look for
No,
it?
so Damien's like, you have to know, you have to tell him downstairs in the pool room, like, saltwater somewhere.
So, and last but not least, we have the Employee of the Year award. And this year, the Employee of the Year goes to Melanie.
Hey, good looking.
So, that's all I have. I don't, hopefully you guys enjoyed dinner. Made it quick, and you guys can stay as long as they want you to stay. You know, it's just one of those things. So, thank you guys for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah? What's that? If anybody wants to know what the total was, with tip or without?
With.
Okay, with? Without? Without the tip, it was $756. $756. I thought it was going to be $1,200. So.
Well, I never included it on the dollar. That's anyway, so it's not my dollar.
Oh, did you really? Okay. Oh, thank you.
I mean, we did a lot of studies for the.
Yeah?
We're doing a good job.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Appreciate that very much. Thank you.
I don't even know.
Yeah, you can shut it off now.
Yeah.